Well, I'm Lena Wharton, and I am managing member of Wharton Asphalt LLC, a company based out of Billings, Montana, that our primary function is asphalt paving and maintenance. We do anything from parking lots all the way up to federal, municipal, city, state projects. I thought the government was another asset that you could use to bring in work. Primarily, we did small businesses and smaller municipals, and I just thought the government was just an untapped resource that we could possibly get into and be able to sell our product to them. First challenge was having to have enough employees that knowed what they was doing. Not knowing how to sell to the government was a huge challenge. I really didn't know. I know there was a need out there. I know my company could fill that gap. But really one of the biggest challenges is how do you actually, put an estimate together for the government? How do you, present it to them where they understand that you are capable of doing the work? One of the next biggest things is actually having the employees the knowledge to be able to actually do the work. I actually was not prompted to contact PTAC. I did not know PTAC existed. I went to a DBE seminar here in town that was put on by Shannon Hahn, and I met Deanna Langman, who is with PTAC, at that seminar. Shannon introduced me. She knew I was trying to break into the field, and she just kind of said, well, come here and let me introduce you to somebody that knows about what you're doing. And she introduced me to Deanna Langman with the PTAC here in Billings, and talked to Deanna for about 15-20 minutes at that particular meeting. That was, oh my gosh, like maybe 10 years ago. And after I talked to Deanna, I come back home, took all the information that she had gave me, and from there I thought, you know what, this lady knows her stuff, and I can very much utilize her in my company, and she could really show me what I need to do to be able to sell to the government. Yes, I did. It was a couple of weeks after my initial meeting that I went in, scheduled time to meet Deanna, and she literally just was like, you know what, you've tried this, let's try this. You've already utilized that, but let's try this. There was just so many more websites and just so much more stuff out there that I was not aware of at all, that Deanna and a lot of people over at PTAC, not just Deanna, even though she was the main one I worked with, but a lot of people at PTAC, everybody was just so extremely helpful. And what I really, really liked about working with them is everybody was the type of person that when you dealt with them, if you asked them a question, well, how would I do this or how would I do that? If they didn't know the answer, they would say, I don't know, but let's work through that. And they would help you get an answer to whatever problem you was having. Without PTAC being involved into my business, they was the one that I had never thought of putting together, a 5-year plan, a business plan that far out. My business plan was always how to make next month's bills, how to make next month's payments, how to keep the lights on at the shop, and they just showed me so many things on how running a business and how to network yourself to the federal government. I learned through them that it's not like you're going out and, giving a price to a single person that owns that business or they own that parking lot and they can make the decision. When you're networking to the federal government, it is a total different, just completely different ballgame. And you have to present your company a completely different way. And I was not prepared to do that at that time. So they really, really helped me realize that in order to market to the federal government, you really have to have your company packaged a certain way so that the federal government will think that you do have the ability to complete the contracts that they're looking to hire you for.